Are you dreaming of moving abroad but wondering if it's feasible for your family's budget? You're not alone. Many people are captivated by the idea of starting fresh in an exotic location, soaking in the culture, and living a fulfilling life overseas. But for families, the logistics often seem daunting. What about housing, schooling, healthcare? And most importantly, can you afford it? Today, we're diving into the cost of living abroad, breaking it down for singles, couples, and families of 4. We'll look at every major expense: housing, utilities, food, transportation, and family-specific needs like education and childcare. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear picture of what it takes to live comfortably in some of the world's most desirable destinations. One of the largest expenses when moving abroad is housing, and costs vary greatly depending on the size of your household and the destination. For singles, a modest one-bedroom apartment is often enough. For example, in Lisbon, Portugal, you can rent a comfortable one-bedroom apartment in the city centre for about $800 per month. Meanwhile, in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, similar accommodations might only set you back $500. Families, however, have different needs. Space is a priority. A family of 4 in Lisbon might need to budget around $1,500 for a 3-bedroom apartment, while in Playa del Carmen, a similar-sized home might cost $1,200. Housing costs can also vary based on amenities and location within a city. Do you want to live close to schools or public transportation? Are you looking for a home with a yard, or perhaps a condo with a pool? These details can add to your budget, so it's important to research thoroughly and, if possible, visit the area before committing to a lease. Don't forget to factor in other hidden costs, like deposits, HOA fees, or maintenance for a standalone house, which can surprise even the most prepared expat. Another consideration is whether to buy or rent. Some destinations, like Thailand and Portugal, make renting the easier option for newcomers due to favourable tenant laws. However, for those planning to settle long-term, exploring property ownership could be worthwhile. Each route has pros and cons, but the best decision depends on your goals and the flexibility you need. Utilities are another key factor to consider, and they can differ based on climate and lifestyle. In cooler countries, heating costs can drive up your bills during the winter months, while in tropical climates, air conditioning is often a necessity. For a single person, utilities such as electricity, water, and internet might cost between $100 and $150 per month. Families, however, typically use more energy and services, especially with children at home. Monthly utility bills for a family of 4 can range from $150 to $300, depending on energy usage and the local rates. Consider places like Costa Rica, where eco-friendly homes are becoming popular. These homes are designed to reduce energy consumption, relying on solar power or natural ventilation to cut costs. In contrast, cities in Europe such as Berlin offer highly efficient public utilities, but charges for heating and water can still add up if you're not mindful. To save on utility bills, look for homes with energy-efficient appliances and take advantage of off-peak rates for electricity. Food expenses are another major component of any relocation budget. And here's where families see significant differences compared to singles or couples. If you're single, grocery shopping and the occasional restaurant outing might cost you between $250 and $400 per month. Families, however, have more mouths to feed, and grocery bills can range from $600 to $1,200 per month. Dining out also becomes a more substantial cost for families, especially in countries where eating out is common. Take Thailand as an example. Local markets are an affordable option, offering fresh produce and ready-made meals for a fraction of what you'd pay in a grocery store. A family of 4 can shop locally and dine out occasionally for around $700 a month. In contrast, dining out in Europe can be pricier, so families often opt for home-cooked meals, keeping monthly food expenses closer to $900. Another factor to consider is dietary preferences. If your family has specific needs, such as organic produce or imported goods, your grocery bill will naturally increase. Cities with larger expat communities like Lisbon or Bangkok often have specialty stores, but they come with a premium. Adapting to local cuisines can significantly lower your costs, as locally sourced ingredients are usually much cheaper than imported ones. Transportation costs is another expense that can vary widely depending on whether you rely on public transit or own a car. In many countries, public transportation is an affordable and efficient choice, especially in urban areas. For singles, a monthly pass for buses and trains might cost $40 in Thailand or $100 in Germany. Families, however, need to account for additional costs if multiple family members use public transit or if a car becomes necessary. Owning a car can add substantial expenses, especially in countries like Germany, where fuel prices and car insurance are high. However, in Mexico, maintaining a car is more affordable, making it a preferred choice for families living in suburban or rural areas. In some cities, like Bangkok, traffic congestion might make owning a car more of a hassle than a convenience, pushing families to rely on public transport, ride-sharing, or even scooters. Families moving abroad need to pay close attention to education and healthcare costs, as these are non-negotiable expenses for most. Education expenses vary depending on whether you opt for local public schools, private institutions, or international schools. In some countries like Germany, public education is free and of high quality. However, in places like Mexico or Thailand, international schools might be the best option for expats, costing between $300 and $2,000 per child per month. Healthcare is another critical expense to budget for. Many countries have excellent public healthcare systems, but they may not be accessible to all expats, depending on residency status. Private health insurance plans for a family of 4 can range from $200 to $600 per month. Countries like Costa Rica offer affordable private healthcare services that are popular among expats, while European countries such as Portugal or Germany have robust public systems that can significantly reduce out-of-pocket costs. When evaluating healthcare, also consider factors like language barriers, proximity to hospitals, and whether your current prescriptions will be available or need substitutions. For example, Thailand is known for its excellent private hospitals, but expats often need to factor in the cost of medical translations or navigating unfamiliar processes. Let's put these numbers into perspective with 2 examples. First, let's consider Mexico. A family of 4 living in Playa del Carmen might spend $1,200 on rent for a 3-bedroom house, $800 on food, and $600 on education for 2 children in private school. Add in $200 for utilities and $150 for public transport, and their total monthly budget would come to about $3,200. Now contrast that with Germany. Here, rent for a 3-bedroom flat in a city like Munich might cost $1,800. Food expenses could total $1,000, but public schooling is free, and healthcare might cost $400 for the whole family. This puts their monthly budget closer to $3,800. While Germany's costs are higher, the benefits, such as free education and excellent public services, might justify the extra expense for many families. Living comfortably means something different for everyone. But for most families, it involves having a safe and spacious home, access to good education and healthcare, reliable transportation, and the ability to enjoy occasional leisure activities. In general, singles need $1,500 to $3,500 per month to live comfortably, while a family of 4 might need $2,500 to $4,500 in Thailand, $3,500 to $5,500 in Portugal, and $2,800 to $4,500 in Costa Rica. Your actual budget will depend on your lifestyle and priorities. If you love dining out, traveling frequently, or living in a city centre, you'll need to account for those extras. To make your dream of moving abroad more feasible, here are some tips. 1. Prioritise essentials. Secure housing, schooling, and healthcare before making the move. 2. Shop smart. Explore local markets for fresh, affordable groceries. It's a great way to save money and experience the culture. 3. Research schools. Compare international and local options to find the best fit for your children. 4. Understand healthcare systems. Learn whether public healthcare is accessible or whether private insurance is a better choice. 5. Find affordable fun. Take advantage of free or low-cost activities like parks, beaches, and community events. Moving abroad with a family is more than a possibility. It's an adventure waiting to unfold. Whether you dream of the sun-soaked beaches of Mexico, the lush landscapes of Costa Rica, or the cultural richness of Europe, careful planning and budgeting can make it a reality. By understanding the costs and preparing accordingly, you can create a life that's not only affordable, but also deeply fulfilling. Now, it's your turn. Tell us in the comments, where is your dream destination? What questions do you have about family life abroad? Don't forget to like, share, and hit subscribe. Until next time, safe travels.